Some people don't become quiet overnight. It happens slowly, one disappointment at a time, one betrayal at a time, one moment where they realize nobody was really listening. And eventually, the person who once talked the most says almost nothing. You've probably seen someone like this. Maybe it was a friend who used to laugh constantly. Maybe it was someone who slowly stopped replying. Maybe it was you. Because sometimes silence is not peace. Sometimes silence is exhaustion. Most people think quiet people are shy. But psychology says something deeper is happening. Many emotionally exhausted people become quiet because their brain begins protecting them from disappointment. When someone feels repeatedly misunderstood, their mind slowly starts believing. Talking doesn't change anything, and once a person believes that, they begin emotionally withdrawing from the world, not because they hate people, but because explaining themselves became too painful. In the beginning, they still try. They explain how they feel. They try to communicate. They give people chances. They try to stay emotionally available. But after enough failed experiences, they stop expecting understanding. And this changes them completely. One of the biggest reasons people suddenly become quiet is emotional burnout, especially in today's world. People are mentally exhausted. Constant notifications, fake friendships, surface-level conversations, social pressure, work stress, relationship confusion. Everyone is connected, but very few people actually feel understood. And over time, some people stop speaking because they feel emotionally invisible. Psychologists sometimes call this emotional withdrawal. It happens when a person feels safer hiding their emotions than expressing them. And honestly, many people don't even notice it happening to themselves. At first, they stop sharing personal thoughts. Then, they stop texting first. Then, they stop explaining why they're upset. And eventually, they become the quiet person. But here's the disturbing part. The quietest people are often the ones thinking the most. Their mind never stops. They replay conversations, analyze behavior, overthink small details, question themselves constantly. But instead of expressing it outwardly, they keep everything internal. And eventually, their silence becomes a coping mechanism. A lot of emotionally intelligent people also become quieter with age because they start noticing things other people ignore. Fake concern, manipulation, one-sided friendships, people who only call when they need something. There's also another painful truth most people never talk about. Sometimes people become quiet after realizing nobody checked on them when they needed help. That changes a person deeply, because during difficult moments, people remember who cared and who didn't. After enough emotional disappointment, many people stop expecting support entirely, so they isolate themselves emotionally before anyone can hurt them again. Childhood experiences can also play a massive role. Many adults who are extremely quiet today grew up in environments where expressing emotions felt unsafe. Maybe they were told, "Stop crying. You're too sensitive. Be strong. Don't talk back." Over time, the brain adapts. The child learns, my emotions are a problem. And when that child becomes an adult, they struggle to express themselves openly, not because they don't feel deeply, but because vulnerability became associated with danger. This is why some quiet people seem emotionally distant, while feeling everything intensely inside. And honestly, some of the kindest people you'll ever meet are silently fighting battles nobody notices, because quiet suffering is invisible. People only notice loud pain. After being hurt badly, people become careful with emotions, careful with attachment, careful with trust. And sometimes, that caution looks like silence. But silence doesn't always mean weakness. Sometimes, silence means the person has learned too much. They've learned not everyone understands them. Not everyone deserves access to them. Not every argument needs a response. Not every relationship is genuine. And because of that, they begin protecting their energy differently. The scary part is that society often misunderstands quiet people completely. People assume they're rude, awkward, arrogant, antisocial. When in reality, Many quiet people are simply emotionally tired. Tired of superficial conversations, tired of fake relationships, tired of explaining themselves repeatedly. And maybe the saddest part is this: sometimes people only notice your silence after they benefited from your voice. After you stop texting first, after you stop helping everyone, after you stop chasing people. Only then do they ask, "Why did you change?" But people rarely ask, "What happened to you?" So if someone in your life suddenly became quiet, don't immediately assume they stopped caring. Sometimes people withdraw because they've been carrying too much emotionally for too long. And if you are the quiet person, understand this: you do not need to explain your pain to everyone. But you also should not disappear inside yourself forever, because healing doesn't happen through isolation alone. Even the strongest minds still need connection, still need understanding, still need someone who genuinely listens. Sometimes the people who say the least are the ones feeling the most. And in a world full of noise, silent pain is often the hardest to notice. If this video resonated with you, maybe it's because a part of you has been quiet for a long time too.